Yo, what is up guys? My name is Zach. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome to the real day 169 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. Yesterday was actually supposed to be day 168. But now with that out the way, let's just hop into everything that went down. Kemba Walker is probably one of the most overlooked players in the NBA. He was an all-star for the first time in his career this year, but still, he doesn't get much recognition outside of the die-hard NBA fan base. And that's probably because, you know, he plays for Charlotte, one of the NBA's smallest franchises. And for small market teams like that, building a championship caliber team is a struggle. I mean, you get a good player like Walker, who is, you know, good enough to lead a team to the playoffs sometimes, but not good enough to turn an organization into an immediate contender, or good enough to be able to draw in big name free agents to a small market team like the Hornets. So really, he and the Charlotte Hornets are stuck in no man's land. They're not going to win any championships, nor are they going to bring in the names required to win a championships in free agency. But that doesn't stop Kemba Walker from dreaming. As a report came out yesterday in which Kemba Walker said that Blake Griffin will be a perfect fit for the Hornets this offseason. I think one of the biggest free agents this year is probably Blake Griffin. I think Blake would be a great fit for us. I mean, don't get y'all hopes up. It sounds good. Yeah, this doesn't at all mean the Hornets are targeting Blake Griffin in this year's free agency. Look, they know what kind of team they are. They know they're a small market team. They really have no chance at bringing in a bigger name like Blake Griffin. I'm sure they would love to sign him if he came out to them and was like, I like what y'all doing here. I like Charlotte. Where can I sign up? They'd probably throw a parade. They'd have a huge celebration at their ability to land a big free agent like Blake Griffin. But like Kemba Walker said, don't get your hopes up. I still don't get why people were freaking out when Cleveland signed this man. When the Cavs signed Larry Sanders, everyone was like, how many people does LeBron James need? He's getting all of the great players. He played what, like all of 20 garbage time minutes for the Cavaliers? Other than that, they sent him down to the D League and sat him on the bench just in case something happened to the other 14 players ahead of him in the rotation. You know, he's gone now. They just released him yesterday in order to sign Edy Tavares, who has scored a total of 27 points and grabbed 22 rebounds in his entire career. So next year is going to be the year, right? The Wolves for the longest time have always been the team where next year is their year to have a breakout year. Now even more so with a core like Levine, Towns, and Wiggins. And I'm gonna say it again, next year will be their year to break out. Watch it, just watch it. And maybe the ownership and the management feel the same way. As in preparation for the turnaround as an organization, they decided that they needed to spice things up in terms of their logo. So they unveiled this yesterday, the new Minnesota Timberwolves logo, and to be honest, I think it's fire. You know, it's simple and clean. Their old logo really wasn't bad or anything, but come on, this one is just fire. What do you guys think though? Is this the worst contract in NBA history? I mean, honestly, does it get much worse than this contract? Joakim Noahs, who was once the arch nemesis of LeBron James himself, is now known to be one of Phil Jackson's biggest regrets. He has been having just a flat out awful season for the Knicks, dealing with injuries. And when he did play, well, you know, his play kind of speaks for itself. On top of that, he was busted for taking performance enhancing drugs, which I honestly can't blame him for that. I mean, if I was an NBA player performing at his level this season, I'd probably have to look into taking some PEDs myself too. But then again, I'd also have to have a word with whoever gave me those PEDs because obviously they weren't enhancing anything. So he's serving a 20-game suspension because of that. And now, well, he needs surgery to repair a torn rotator cuff, which will cause him not even be able to touch a basketball for the next 4 to 6 months. His career is done. I'm sorry if there are any Noah fans out there, but let's be honest here. His career is done. His best days were long behind him before this season even started, and now it can't possibly get any better than he was this year, so that's alarming. And it's really sad, you know, he used to be a really, really good player, great defender, and an excellent passer from the center position, but hey, he's still gonna get paid. I mean, like I said, he's probably one of Phil Jackson's biggest regrets as he signed Noah to a 4-year, $72 million deal last offseason, which leads us to the question of the day, by the way. Where do you rank Noah on all-time worst contracts ever? To me, I mean, he has to be up there. Granted, there were a lot of really bad contracts given out just this offseason alone. Chandler Parsons, he got a max contract for the Grizzlies, hasn't done anything for them. Timothy Mozgov, they gave him a ridiculous contract within the first 15 minutes of free agency. I'm gonna take Noah over all of those in terms of badness of the contract. Leave your answer to the question of the day down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what some of you guys said from yesterday's video. And yesterday, after Kevin Durant and Draymond Green gave some props to the Blazers, I asked you guys how many games could you see their matchup in the playoffs going, which you guys replied, Pachulia can't stop Nurkic. I see the series going 5 games. The Warriors won't have much trouble, but the Blazers are a great team that could grab a game or 2. And I think the series will go between 4 or 7 games. I hope you're right. I hope it goes to at least 4 games. The Blazers, I don't think anyone has them winning. Look, I love the Blazers. Of course, Damian Lillard, if you've been here for a long time, I've been saying this forever. He is one of my favorite players in the NBA. We do see them winning a game or 2 just because the Blazers have been playing really good basketball as of late. Other than that, we all know the outcome of this series in the end. But that's gonna wrap it up for that portion of the video. Now let's hop over into the games from last night. Well, we finally got to see what the Thunder looked like without Russell Westbrook, and it wasn't as bad as I think some people thought it would be. No jaw-dropping stats or anything like when Westbrook plays, but you know, the guys did just enough to get the 100-98 win over the Wolves. And Victor Oladipo did his best Westbrook impression last night. You know, didn't have a triple-double, but he did do a little bit of everything with 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. His best impersonation of Westbrook, though, came at the 6-second mark of the 4th quarter when he hit the jumper to give the Thunders the win. Good stuff, Victor. Sabonis also had 19 points and 9 rebounds, while Towns had 26 points for the Wolves. You thought I was kidding earlier when I said that Kemba Walker is what makes his team at least capable of winning games. Charlotte played its last game of the season yesterday, and once again, it was without Kemba Walker. Like yesterday, when they played the Bucks once again, they failed to even score 80 points without Walker as they get blown out 103-76. Dwight Howard had 19 points and 12 rebounds for the Hawks, who have now won their last 4 games, and Jeremy Lamb scored 21 for the Hornets. Alright LA, you gotta chill out a bit here. Even though I know this game would be hard to lose since the Pelicans didn't have Davis or Cousins, but still, you're about to play yourselves right out of a draft pick this year. The Lakers got their 5th straight win last night on a 108-96 victory over the Pelicans. D'Angelo did miss the game after playing his last one after his grandma's death, but the crowd at the Staples Center still celebrated last night as it very well could have been Ron Artest's last game in a Lakers uniform, and maybe in the NBA, as he is 37 years old. And to honor that, he was actually given the start by head coach Luke Walton, and Artest gave everything he had last night, scoring 18 points and getting 4 steals. Congratulations to you, Ron Artest. Brandon Ingram and Jordan Clarkson both scored 15. Drew Holiday had 14 points and 7 assists for the Pelicans. Buddy Hield is starting to make a name for himself in Sacramento, which is really nice to see after his rough start in New Orleans to his rookie campaign. He had the best game of his career so far last night in the Kings' 129-104 win over the Suns, in which Hield scored a career-high 30 points and grabbed 6 rebounds. Ty Lawson also notched a triple-double as he's been playing better ever since Cousins was traded as well, as he had a triple-double of 22 points, 12 assists, and 11 rebounds. Tyler Ulis had 27 and Marquise Chris scored 22 for the Suns. The biggest start of yesterday's NBA game between the Nuggets and the Mavericks was NFL quarterback Tony Romo, who was honored at Dallas' last home game of the season to celebrate his time playing for the Dallas Cowboys. You know, the crowd really wanted him to check in the game, but that just wasn't possible. I mean, there's no way the league or the refs would allow someone who hasn't even signed a contract on the court despite who he is. And the Nuggets get the win in this one, 109-91. Gary Harris had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists for Denver, while Dirk had 21 for Dallas. And I can't imagine how crazy it's going to get in Dallas when he plays his final game there. And that about wraps up all the action for the day 169 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. And now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected Shabazz Napier and his 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. You have Gary Harris and his 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Ron Artest and his 18 points and 4 steals. Ty Lawson and his 22 points, 12 assists, and 11 rebounds. Victor Oladipo and his 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Buddy Hield and his 30 points and 6 rebounds. Or Dwight Howard and his 19 points and 12 rebounds. As always, you guys can go vote for your player of the day right now by following the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NBA videos. Until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!